Good day, folks. This is TJ coming to you from Offbeat and Unique University. Today we're going to go over changing your coil in your mini Nautilus tank. Same thing applies to the full-size Nautilus. This is just a smaller version of it. What we like to recommend is that you pull the drip tip off, set it off to the side. That way it'll allow you to a little bit better base here to stand it on, especially since this contains fluid. In order to change the coil out, you want to hold both the top piece and the glass and go ahead and unscrew the base. Once you get the base unscrewed, just carefully set that upright. Take an old piece of paper towel, or just a piece of paper towel, and unscrew the coil itself. Now the coil, it's got a knurled edge at the top, so you can grip that. Just go ahead and take that, toss that to the side. One thing that you want to look for is that down in the base of this mini Nautilus where the coil screws in, sometimes you'll get a little bit of liquid down inside of here. What you want to do is either take a piece of paper towel and wad it up, shove it down inside of there, and just make sure you get it good and dry. The base of this, down inside there, you'll notice the little pin and little spring right there. That is where when your battery makes connectivity, it's going to make connectivity with this pin here. That pin then says it's the positive electricity up through this base here and into the bottom of the actual coil itself. So on the coil, right down here, this is where your positive lead is. That's what sits down inside of there. If you've got liquid down in there, the liquid is going to short out the positive charge that's coming up through it. It will still vape, you're just not going to get as good of a vaping experience out of it. So make sure you get all that dried out down inside of there. Q-tips are nice too. You can take and run it around the inside. Things that might cause this are elevation changes. So if you go, say, up or down a couple thousand feet in elevation, you will notice that your tank will start flooding. When it floods, it allows the liquid to come down and expel through these little holes here. Now this is where the air gets sucked in. So you have your air adjustment right here, and with these air holes, it allows air to come in through the tank, in through the bottom, it comes in through this little hole here, and then up through the center. And as it comes up through the center, you'll notice that there's a vertical coil down inside of there. That is where all of the action happens. So that coil heats up. The cotton around the outside is what contains the fluid itself, and there's where your vapor comes from. So whenever you put a brand new coil in, I like to prime these holes here just to get the liquid flowing. Put about 2 or 3 drops down inside of here and allow it to start soaking in from the top once you get it installed into the base. So we'll install it into the base, and you want to get this good and snug. Take your liquid, just get a little tiny bit in the dropper. What you want to do is just kind of walk around this whole coil here. So you don't even need to squeeze on it. There'll be enough on the actual end of it to get it going. So all 4 of these spots here, just go ahead and get with a little bit of liquid, get this soaking in. Same thing on the top. You just want to just lightly walk it around. You don't want to squeeze a whole bunch of fluid down in there, but you want to get enough to where it starts soaking into it, and that will save you a little bit of time as far as having it saturate up on its own. And then go ahead and fill up your dropper. Might as well just top off the tank while we're here. So just kick it off to the side, make sure that it fills right to the base and no more. You don't want it to loop up and over and into your chimney here. Now one thing I would recommend is that you take a Q-tip, something, go ahead and wipe out on the inside of that, get any excess fluid out, and then simply turn this onto itself, tightening it. One thing I will recommend that I've read about on the blogs, I didn't come up with this, I've just read about this from other people, is what you want to do is, here's your air hole here, you have each of your little indicators. The little dimples get smaller. Actually, there's the smallest. Then it goes up and up and up. But basically, I run mine wide open on the full-size hole. But before you turn it up right, go ahead and just place it in between 2 of the little dimples. That way it cuts off the flow of air to the air chamber here, which will provide a vacuum. So as you turn it right side up, it doesn't allow air to suck in there, losing the vacuum. Another thing you want to make sure of is that this is tight up top here. Don't need to tighten it anymore. If it's not loose, or noticeably loose, just go ahead and snug that up. If you have a loose top on this, it will cause these things to flood and leak like nobody's business. So just make sure the top's good and tight. Once you get it upright, then you can open up to the proper air hole that you want. Like I said, I set mine on the full size one. And then another thing that we recommend is take another piece of paper towel, but kind of make a little point out of it, and then run it down into the top here. That way it'll get any residual liquid out that might have accumulated. You can see there that a little bit has accumulated. Same thing with your drip tip. Just get a little piece of paper towel, clean out either side of it, around the outside of it. And then the last thing that we like to do is to clean off the 510 threads down here. This is going to provide you a better ground. If you have a better ground, everything's clean. The better that you take care of your equipment, the better vaping experience you're going to have. But you'll see that over time, threading this thing on and off, you get a little bit of buildup on it. So once you get that, pop your drip tip in, screw it back onto your unit. If you take a slight little puff off of it, and if it tastes dry, just put your thumb over this hole, suck on it a few times without firing it, and then fire it. But always start off with slow pulls on it. Don't take a big old giant drag when you have just first replaced the coil. So once you get all that complete, you should be ready to vape. Hey, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to call us at Offbeat and Unique. We're at 480-818-9846. Or you can look up additional videos on our website at offbeatandunique.com. Just click on the Offbeat and Unique University, and it's full of great videos. Thank you so much, folks, for watching, and have a wonderful day.